It's time for another thrilling off-road desert adventure at Sycamore Creek. I love this place. There's going to be incredible desert views. I'm even going to review some accessories that help me to stay comfortable in the Arizona heat. And keep in mind, it's going to be 115 degrees here soon. I'm not going out. Uh, Experience the excitement of desert climbs and descents. There will even be some driving tips for those of us who are still pretty new to this sport. Of course, there's fun throughout. It's a side-by-side desert adventure. So this is Dean, and he's driving his brand new Honda. And of course, this empty vehicle is mine. And this smiling fella is Larry, also driving a Segway villain. And here's our newest edition. Just came out today for a ride. This is Colin, driving a Polaris RZR Turbo-S. Well, it's another beautiful day here at Sycamore Creek. We're leaving the parking lot. It's supposed to get up to 91 degrees. Of course, it'll be near 100 inside the villain. But I have those cool MSC overhead fans that will help me when I'm going slower. And that Super ATV flip windshield, it is open. That's a lot of airflow. I will be very comfortable. Now, you can see this trail from the parking area. So as long as you're paying attention, you can safely do whatever speed you're comfortable with. All you have to do is look out. Is there anyone out there? Do you see movement? Is there a reflection from a vehicle, a dust trail? If you can't do that, then do not go fast. Be safe. This is my favorite way to get into Sycamore Creek. These two roads, and then just before the creek there's a turn and you get up on the ridge and you wind up on top of Widowmaker. It is all just so much fun. There's twists and turns and bumps and drops and sweeping sandy wash turns. Oh, this is just a great way to get started. I haven't been able to find a trail number for this turn that takes you up onto the ridge and drops you down to Widowmaker, but this is definitely the fun way to go. With people following and to keep things moving, I like to do what some people refer to as the bump. So that means when you get to where there's an intersection and you're going to make a turn, you stop, you wait for the guy behind you. He shows up, you get to take off, he waits for the guy behind him, and you just keep repeating the pattern. This way, everybody drives at their pace. Now that we're up here on the ridge, I asked Colin to go out in front for a little ways so you can see what the trail looks and get a feel for it, because you'll be able to see his vehicle as it moves up and down on the terrain. This is not smooth. It is beautiful scenery and treacherous if you pay too much attention to the scenery. You got to keep your eye on the trail at all times. Alright, we're almost to the top of Widowmaker. This is the end of the ridge and the final climb, and it is fun because it is kind of steep and a sudden end at the top. I love this stuff. We're at the top of the Widowmaker, and I asked Dean if he would go down first so I can follow. So once again, you'll be able to see a vehicle moving around on the trail and get an idea of just how rough this terrain is. And keep in mind, this is a washout from people playing here for decades and soil erosion. And these walls, called the slots, they're not all that super wide at all. I mean, we fit with ease. Sure didn't feel that way the first time I came through here. Robert and I thought for sure we were going to get stuck. Now it's just great fun. Any of these slots will get you down to Sycamore Creek, and depending on what the weather's been like, I mean, at more rain, it washes out. There are super big holes here that have currently more or less filled in from dirt as each person goes through. But a little bit of rain, that will not be the case. So every time down, it's a whole new experience. We drove straight across the creek and hit 403. The intent was to take one trail up onto the ridge that's a lot of fun, but I was having so much fun on 403 I completely missed my turn, and we ended up on 1852. Well, let's give that a try. Well, this was a fun road, of course, but nowhere near as steep or as exciting as 4010, but it did have sweeping turns and some pretty nice short climbs. We're still working our way up the ridge, and we came to an intersection for 1853. Hang a right, And up we go, slow and easy, not steep at all. Now that we're getting near the ridge tops again, the scenery is gorgeous, just like always. And eventually we get out here far enough, after climbing a little bit, and that trail off to the right, that is the trail I intended to come in on. We only drove a short distance before the views were just too much. I had to stop video and just take it in. Well, then I realized I was hungry, and everybody agreed this was a great spot to have lunch. Now that we've had lunch and are all fueled up, it is time to get back on the road. So, very short distance later, 1876 to the left, mostly straight, and that's going to take us down. It's time to go down and look at the quartz at what a lot of people call Crystal Palace. Now, on the way down this hill, you've got the fantastic views, of course, but there's supposed to be a turn for that mythical 4019. I've yet to find it this way. So after we finish at the Crystal Palace, there's another entrance. We're going to continue looking. At this intersection, we could stay to the right and continue straight down the hill and come out at the bottom of the Crystal Palace, but instead we're going to go off to the left and come out up on top, which has a much better view and takes us on a trail that I want to leave there on. The first time I came through here, this trail was a bit intimidating because look at the turns and the rise, and you just aren't really sure where the road's going to go. Well, I've been through here a couple times now, so I know where the road's going to go. It's going to take me right down to the Crystal Palace. That's that big bump in the distance. We're going to drive around it and park on the far side. Quartz everywhere. My wife Robin is a big fan of quartz. If she were with me, we would be stuck here for the next half hour or longer, but she's not, so it'll be a short stop. As we go around the corner, there's multiple ways that you could get down to the valley below, but where I'm parking straight ahead will be our exit. The fun is definitely intensifying here. It's narrow, it's steep in spots, either going down or up. It's got twists and turns. You go over a rise and you wonder if there's a road over there. Well, the GPS says there is. Plus, I've been here before, so I know there's a road here. I'm having so much fun. At this point, I hope the people behind me are having as much fun as I am. If not, they may harm me when we stop. So all of this is leading up to this one hill that's right coming up here in just a moment, and it's a T at the top. You have to make a very sharp left-hand turn. The last time I was here, I went to the right, not to the left, and tried to make a left-hand turn. There's not much road at the top if you're on the right-hand side. Don't do that. From up here, that descent looks crazy steep. In reality, it's 20 to 31 degrees, depending on where you're at. As long as you get lined up so it's a straight shot down, it's a piece of cake. But it is intimidating. Just ask those two guys behind me. Once I got lined up, I went very slow down this descent because I kept looking at my screen to see what the angles were. Again, it looks crazy steep, but when you see the screen, 31 degrees was the best I got. Colin just happened to be the vehicle behind me, so he gets to be the first one to maneuver and get a straight line coming down, and that's a pretty long vehicle and not much road up there, so that took a little bit of work. Meanwhile, I'm trying to walk up this very slippery, look at that loose sand and rock, and I'm on foot with a camera. Well, I got up there safely. He came down, and yes, it was butt puckering, but he had a big smile on his face when he got to the bottom. It's Dean's turn to come down, and he had to back up and turn a bit to get lined up for that 90 degree, come straight down. He gets it lined up, he's coming down, he's looking good. He even gets a wheel off the ground. Now, as he drives by me, I notice from the video, he's got his elbow hanging out the window. I don't know if we can break him of that, but I really need to talk to him. If you roll, you do not want parts of your body hanging out. They're going to be damaged or perhaps removed. So I asked Larry to come down the trail just to the right of the one we all came down, just to show you something else. and it looked like fun, but Larry made it look too easy. It was exciting though. Once we were all at the bottom, we turned left on 3470, and a short distance later, it joined up with 4019. So I technically found 4019, but I wanted to find where it went left and took us back over towards Crystal Mountain. I still didn't find that. Well, darn, we're gonna have to do another trip. We were just starting to get into the really fun stuff that I had planned for the day when I heard over the radio that Larry was having a mechanical problem. So we all pulled up to the side and stopped, and eventually everybody got out. Larry drove by, and we kept trying to find this ticking sound that he had, and we couldn't identify it, so we just decided we better get Larry back to the trailer while everything's still running and he can figure out the problem at home in the next couple of days. And keep in mind, that's the way you do it out here. You don't just wander off and tell the person having problems, well, good luck, hope you make it back to the trailer, and go on having fun. No. You make sure that person gets back. Next time it might be you. So there's no straight line, easy route back. There is a shorter distance with fun and then some really easy stuff. So that's what we took. And yes, we had fun. This reg is so much fun. As you crest some of these rises, you have to stick your head out the window to figure out where the road went, because all you see is the sky. And there's twists and turns and just all kinds of crazy fun going on with fantastic views, of course. But remember, we got to get Larry safely back. So yeah, I'm going to have fun here, but as I get up here and 1857 goes off to the left, that is an exceptionally fun road. I haven't gone down it, but I did come up it once following Roger because it scared the crap out of me. And then it was fun after he did it. This is the last of the challenging stuff. And we're going to be down on 1857C into 1855-51. Those are all pretty easy roads where I think we could go get a truck, a trailer, and come pick up Larry if necessary. Only that's not necessary. We're doing just fine. So beneath the video, there is a description of the video and a whole lot more information. You see where I've circled the 3 dots in the word more? If you click on that, I spend a good hour to 3 hours on every video putting information down there, including directions. Go check it out.
What do you think? Did you have a good time?
Awesome, thank you.
Would you do it again?
Absolutely.
So what do you think? Did you have fun?
I had a blast today.
Would you do it again?
I will always do it again.
Did we get lost?
This time, no.
Oh, of course we did.
Well, you guys did. I turned around before you went to the dead end, so...
Question is, did you have a good time and would you do it again?
Well, look at this one. Look at that one. Who had more fun?
The shiny one.
No. I had more fun. Always fun to go out and play.
You broke.
Well, that's it for this recording. Use the comment section below if you want to share your experience at this location or maybe recommend an area that you really enjoy. Please keep it clean. I want this to be a family-oriented channel, so review what you type before you submit it. Thanks. I apologize if you happen to hear something during the ride's recording that may not sound family-oriented. I will try very hard not to let certain words slip out during an exciting moment. We'll see how that works. If you found this video helpful or just enjoyed it, please hit the like button below. Share the link with your friends. Be sure to subscribe so you can easily keep up with my latest videos, which will continue to cover things like Segway villain owners' area of interest, reviews of accessories, where to ride, tips about the villain, how-to videos, and lots more. Yep, there's going to be more. Thanks for watching.